Europe and US Tzu Chi volunteers head to Sangemil Village to continue caring for fire-affected residents. Tzu Chi volunteers care for all those affected by the residential fire in Qingshui, Taichung. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Lori Chen. Thank you for joining us. In June of 2017, the central region of Portugal was hit with a wave of forest fires. It devastated the city of Tondela. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers from both Europe and the US went and cared for the affected residents. The care had never stopped. This time around, volunteers made their way back to the Sangemil Village to see how all the households are doing.
A Tzu Chi volunteer hugs this resident tightly. This shows the strong connection between Tzu Chi and the affected residents of the forest fire in Portugal 2017.
Então espero estar aqui uma grande amizade entre a Fundação Tzu Chi e vocês.
Eu é que não sei inglês porque não estava convosco.
Mas
Wildfires had caused this couple to lose almost everything, including their house and car. Fortunately, they did not lose their faith. With a government subsidy, a new house was soon to be built. The construction would take about 5 months to finish.
He will overcome every difficulty. No problem. He has power.
At another affected household, the husband is a construction worker who was injured and couldn't go to work for a year. Therefore, the wife became the breadwinner of the family.
He's making a second.
The fire burned down their farmhouse, and until now, they still couldn't build a new roof due to financial difficulties. When the volunteers arrived, the couple was very happy to see them. The wife insisted on giving volunteers their homegrown vegetables as a way to express their gratitude.
The 2019 TIMA Global Forum is being held at the Tzu Chi US Headquarters in California. This year, a total of 407 participants from 16 different countries have showed up for the venue. On the first day of the event, many local government officials also came to support the cause. In addition, the Superintendent of the Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital also gave a sharing.
The 2019 TIMA Global Forum was attended by 407 members from 16 different countries. The Los Angeles County Supervisor also came to express her gratitude.
What I tell people is government alone can't provide all the health care needs, not only basic health care, but education about living a healthy lifestyle. And working together, I'm here to support. The first clinic here in the United States is in Alhambra, which is in my district. And so I'm supporting the efforts not only for the government but also for the private sector, and the way you do that is by being here as an official to say we are one.
I hope from this forum people will understand more of what the Tzu Chi Foundation does. I didn't know until I was elected to office how wonderful your organization is and how you just help everyone in need. You are exemplifying what we should all be doing in our community.
Dr. Jian Shouxin has many stories to share about the doctor-patient relationship.
Now we have too many professional medical associations, so we usually focus on statistics and data. However, we forget our function and meaning to society, which represents our initial aspiration and commitment to our medical mission. In order to find back everyone's passion in medicine, I shared some stories to rekindle their aspirations.
The All About Health presentation also demonstrated how to combine medicine and arts in the media.
Staying with the TIMA Global Forum, on the second day of the event, the theme focused on the integration of both traditional Chinese medicine and Western medicine. The founder of the UCLA Center for East-West Medicine was invited to give a lecture, talking about having a comprehensive view on healthcare.
The UCLA Center for East-West Medicine founder Dr. Qingshui gave a lecture on integrative medicine at the 2019 TIMA Global Forum. He hopes to work with Tzu Chi to promote the integration of both traditional Chinese and Western medicines.
So now I hope to collaborate with Tzu Chi based on our experiences. First, we'll teach people on how to take good care of their health, and then we'll utilize the integrative East-West model to provide a more comprehensive view of practicing medical missions.
TIMA Dr. Limping Chen from Brazil made it a point to share with everyone the essence of the fundamental doctrinal source for traditional Chinese medicine, as well as emphasize the importance of having a comprehensive view of health.
In the ancient Chinese medical text, it talks about the 4 seasons, but people usually translate them into the 4 energies. But actually, it is not the 4 energies per se. It should be the 4 seasons. This is totally different. So when I introduce the complete integration of both traditional Chinese and Western medicines, I hope to really share the fundamental ideas of the doctrinal source. This way, concrete therapeutic effects are able to be seen.
Gilda from Mexico is particularly interested in traditional Chinese medicine. She hopes that there will be more opportunities to integrate both TCM and Western medicine in Mexico.
We can do more things for the patients if we work together. I think it's what we are trying to do in Mexico, especially, trying to work as a team, as a medical team. So the patient could be better.
In recent years, TCM has been gradually gaining more attention in both Europe and the United States. Dr. Qingshui led a team of 10 people to attend 6 hands-on clinical courses, making the second day of the TIMA Global Forum able to delve into more in-depth topics.
In Tainan, Tzu Chi offices in Xinying and Sanhua have officially launched the Send Love to Africa initiative. They're asking the public to show their compassionate givings for a total of 33 days, seizing the opportunity to do good deeds for all of humanity.
A serious accident allowed Wu Junyu to know Tzu Chi, and he and his wife have joined Tzu Chi and are doing good deeds. They remember their aspiration and share it with the audience. When people hear that a cyclone caused catastrophe in Africa, they want to give help and love.
They really need the help from the outside, such as school bags, textbooks, and food supplies. As Dharma Master Zhen Yan's disciples, we must raise the issue and allow more people to have the chance to create blessings.
Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers in Thailand hold an event to raise love for 33 days, which means they will donate for 33 days and recruiting 33 donating members to join Tzu Chi as a way to support the international relief mission. Volunteers in Sanhua and Xinying have started the event first. The volunteers took out all of their coins and dropped them into the coin banks. The sounds of dropping coins represent love. Through action, they wanted to keep passing on love.
For 20 years, DaAi TV has been reporting many inspiring and meaningful stories around the world. A group of recycling volunteers and friends of DaAi members have been supporting the TV station ever since it was first established. Recently, to thank their generosity, a gathering was held for them in Taichung. Let's check out the festivities.
When the DaAi TV news anchor Lori Chen showed up, she was instantly surrounded by many of her fans who wanted to take pictures with her. At the special gathering, she was invited to share her experiences and what DaAi TV's missions are all about.
Our mission is to be the eyes and ears of the viewers, bringing them to see all the various corners of the world, letting them know what positive things are happening all over, at the same time showing them the reality of places where they still need our help.
While greeting the guests, this couple has joined Tzu Chi for more than 20 years already. As one can see, this also makes them very senior friends of DaAi members.
DaAi TV does not have any commercial advertisements. However, for me, the most valuable aspect of it is showing positive media, which showcases Taiwan's beauty of culture and humanity.
可以借这个机会来多了解大爱台，那进而能够护持大爱台。
5 years ago, this couple had provided a space in their home for other volunteers to use as a cultivation space. They have always been actively using their actions to do Tzu Chi. Another Tzu Chi volunteer also shared his thoughts on doing Tzu Chi's work. It makes him feel very fulfilled.
This is something that I enjoy doing. As a volunteer, I don't have any regrets. While helping others in need, like visiting the affected households, this makes me feel that I am doing something very meaningful.
For many years, DaAi TV has been reporting positive media and real-life heartwarming stories around the world. It's like planting multiple seeds of kindness, letting people's compassion grow into actions.
Stay in Taichung. Unfortunately, a residential fire recently broke out in the wee hours of the morning in the Qingshui area. As a result, Tzu Chi volunteers quickly mobilized teams to go care for all those who were affected, both on-site and at the hospital. Let's check out the latest situation.
Firefighters arrived at the first floor of this residence, which was on fire. After the fire was contained, they entered and found 42-year-old Wei couple and their 3 high school children unconscious. The couple was in the master's bathroom and hallway, and their 2 sons and daughter were in the bedroom. They were all sent to the hospital. The couple could not be revived, while their 17-year-old eldest daughter had no vital signs. It was starting to recover, while the 18 and 16-year-old sons suffered severe injury.
When we arrived, only the first floor had an out-of-control fire. We believe the fire basically started on the first floor.
We had to move the cars quickly, otherwise the fire truck couldn't enter this area. Neighbors say that the Wei family has 3 generations living in the same building. The parents of the couple owning the building were on a foreign trip when the fire occurred. Mr. Wei worked in the industrial park and his wife worked for a technology company. The 3 children at Qingshui High School. The fire occurred unexpectedly in the middle of the night.
There are about 8 houses in this row together. None of the residents slept the whole night. They are all frightened. We team up to learn their concerns and send them blessings and goods to relieve their shock.
About 5 a.m., we went to the fire department. We sent breakfast to the firemen, and then we went to the scene of the fire to show our concern.
Tzu Chi volunteers quickly sprung into action, arriving at the scene of the fire to see if any support or help was needed by this family.
Recently, TIMA Indonesia has joined hands with the Badan military to hold its 126th joint-free clinic. On the first weekend, they saw a total of 1,500 patients. Then the next weekend, 400 patients who needed to undergo surgery headed to the hospital for further treatment. It was another successful partnership for both medical teams.
Indonesia TIMA members have come to Badan for the 11th time to hold a 126th free clinic. It is divided into 2 sessions. On the first weekend, the medical volunteers checked the health conditions of 1,500 patients.
For the volunteers, we work with one heart, one mind, as well as helping each other. We do not complain of fatigue. The most important thing is that we can help the residents. We feel peace of mind as we help them.
63-year-old Nabari has been diagnosed with cataracts in both eyes. The doctor has arranged for her to undergo a surgery next week.
I feel really happy that my illness can be treated. There's a chance for my eye problems to be cured. I cannot wait to undergo the surgery. I hope I do it as soon as possible.
A week later, 400 patients come report at the hospital.
Everyone hopes to have good health. Nevertheless, many people are forced to sacrifice their health because of financial difficulties. As a result, they cannot seek medical attention.
Fortunately, Tzu Chi is working with the Badan military to safeguard the health of the residents.
I've gone inside and talked with the medical professionals and the patients. They looked really content and felt grateful. They feel joyful because they can help the residents. I hope this kind of free clinics can be held in the future. However, it is difficult to hold free clinics continuously because we need manpower and resources. Sometimes when we want to do good deeds, we will face some obstacles. However, as long as we're doing good deeds, we should not be afraid of obstacles.
The medical volunteers are helping the residents who lack medical resources seek the much-needed medical attention.
Unlike other children, refugee children do not get the same luxuries as other local children do. Therefore, in Malaysia, students from 2 refugee schools paid a visit to the National Science Center as their scheduled school field trip. In addition, they also paid a visit to the Kuala Lumpur Qingshui Hall to learn all about environmental protection concepts. Let's check out their exciting adventures.
In Malaysia, 135 students of Tzu Chi and Peng Unity School and Selena Harmony School have visited the National Science Center.
Saya rasa gembira sebab boleh main game-game.
The students are curious about each exhibit and gallery. Through first-hand experiences, they can be encouraged to pursue their dreams.
My dream is to become a doctor and a scientist.
The physics activity demonstrates the concept of air pressure. I believe this is something that I'm going to teach my students later on. If we get to the subject, I will remind them about today's visit at the National Science Center. This is a great way for students to preview the lessons before class.
Besides the National Science Center, they also visited Qingshui Hall. By combining environmental concepts, a magic show was performed by a volunteer. All of the students were inspired by the show.
Plastic can be used, and then don't use straw. The paper can be fire. The sunlight is come out.
Actually, we have 2 kinds of students. One is like this, that when we are teaching inside the class, they can learn. And the other ones like this, that when we're trying to do them best, they will never learn. But when we show them some practical things, they can understand everything.
After Kamal Hosan's parents passed away, Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for him. Volunteers' love and care had deeply touched him. Therefore, he made a vow to help others in need.
Tzu Chi had helped me and supported me through these difficult times. After becoming an adult, I want to help others who are facing the same situation as me. When I'm able to go to work, I want to be like the volunteers, helping people in need overcome their difficulties.
For the past several months, Tzu Chi volunteers in central Taiwan have been taking turns to serve at the humanitarian Ecotec Pavilion. The more experienced volunteers are all very willing to share their knowledge with all those coming to the volunteer for their very first time. As they learn from one another, the operations at the pavilion is able to run much more smoothly. This is the true spirit of teamwork.
Please raise your hand if this is your first time coming here.
For the past several months, Tzu Chi volunteers in central Taiwan have taken turns to serve at the humanitarian Ecotec Pavilion. Everyone's willing to share their experiences with each other. The volunteers learn recycling knowledge from each other.
If our volunteers place this insole into their shoes, the shoes will become puncture-proof when they come into contact with nails and sharp objects.
There are many amazing inventions by DaAi technology. The volunteers work hard to share such humanitarian spirit with the visitors.
In the future, I might spend more time doing recycling and sorting recyclables.
For the visitors who come to visit the humanitarian Ecotec Pavilion, they're inspired to protect the environment as they witness the hard work of the volunteers.
Today, our series on the topic of organ donations is coming to a close. We have looked at multiple aspects of this delicate subject matter. Now we will talk about the roles of social workers and volunteers assisting in the organ donation process. Let's take a look at our in-depth report.
If the patient's condition is not good, such as entering ICU, they will be asked about their future plans. This may include going home or staying in the hospital. We also do follow-up with regard to organ and cadaver donation, so family members may encounter this topic on this occasion.
Social worker Huang Jingling has for more than a decade helped families sign an organ donation consent form. Each time it is full of emotion. As a social worker in the process of donating, she plays multiple roles. She is a recruiter, communication coordinator, supporter, and grief counselor. She uses compassion to do this work. In addition to social workers, transplant hospitals also have a key role: organ transplant coordinator.
As the Organ Transplants Registration Center, one can take classes to become a certified coordinator. You need to have these to be able to carry out this type of work.
The role of organ transplant coordinator started in the U.S. in 1962 and in 1988 at National Taiwan University Hospital. Since its inception, there are less than 100 certified coordinators in Taiwan. A group of specialist nurses and ambulance men have been trained in this field, coming from different medical backgrounds. They're on call 24 hours a day, and the drama of life and death is often played out before them.
We accompany the family as the donor enters the surgery room, and often I have to wipe away tears when I finish my shift. Then I dry my tears and go upstairs to see patients upstairs in the wards who are recipients. Their mood is quite nervous, and I cannot cry at this time. I have to tell them what they are going to do next, so there is a lot of conflicts in my heart.
After witnessing all kinds of life and death, Li Lingxian in southern Taiwan handled more than 10 cases in a year. She has been trained in becoming resilient. Many people know the challenges of her work and appreciate the struggle and difficulty of the task.
Many people don't have such a concept of organ donation and never really thought about it. We needed more time to accompany them. Still, many have very traditional concepts about the corpse. Therefore, it's quite difficult for us to get rid of these traditional ideas.
Coordinating between social workers and donors and recipients during this difficult period of life and death still requires a lot of background support.
After the donor makes the organ donation, their families may not be able to comprehend that the person is no longer there until the funeral service. In fact, having someone there or some company is very important. In addition to supports provided over the phone, we also rely upon volunteers to provide assistance.
Please be at ease. You are great. You can save so many people. You are very good. Thank you.
Volunteer roles are sometimes similar to social workers and coordinators, except that volunteers will accompany family members. Yan Hui Mei, a senior Tzu Chi volunteer, once worked with two indigenous brothers who did organ donation. After they passed away, she even went to their mother's funeral a few years later to say farewell.
Their religion is Catholic, and the priest was very grateful to us. He said that we cared for this family very well. I said that they had lots of compassion to come out and save more families, so we will take care of him.
Organ donation can give people another chance at life. Every step of the process needs people playing key roles to pass this love and compassion to another person in need.
Mr. Wang, who lives in a 30-year-old sheet metal house, has been seeking for assistance from a local borough head. Not being able to provide the proper help, he reached out to the local Tzu Chi volunteers. Upon learning of the situation of the old and broken down house, volunteers immediately mobilized a team to go help repair the home for the resident. Now the man can finally sleep soundly in his newly repaired home. Thank you for watching. See you next time.